You're gonna have to do almost everything alone up here. You're gonna have to go through hell. Worse than any nightmare that you ever dreamed. But in the end, I know you'll be the one standing.
For those of us climbing to the top of the food chain, there can be no mercy. There is but one rule: hunt or be hunted.
There is a hook in me, one that you cannot see, but it is there.
My brain cannot process failure. It will not process failure.
Lose! I don't lose! I win! I win!
The fact that it is painful is the reason that it's working.
There's no losing, only learning. There's no failure, only opportunities. And there's no problems, only solutions.
We are firemen! The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat. Back, motherfucker! I'm back!
So when you look them in the eye, you have to believe that we are better. And we are.
People either survive in the jungle or exist in the zoo. Few recognize the significance.
I don't give a f anymore. I'm tough, because what does not kill you makes you strong.
I should have stopped this fight with your father. I'm stopping this one now. No, okay, let me finish. I gotta prove it. Prove what? I'm not a mistake.
My first question is, how bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live, breathe, or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly, which is why they always ask the question, man, how did you get to where you are? You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you.
What if you lose?
I don't even see, I can't, my consciousness don't even elevate that thought.
If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start.
You won't die. And if you do die, you won't care because you'll be dead. And so, best case, you win. Worst case, it won't matter.
You must be able to see it, Mr. Anderson. You must know it by now. You can't win. It's pointless to keep fighting. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Why do you persist?
Because I choose to.
I've met people like that before. Like, they have to win at everything. They have to win at playing. They have to win. They're just winners. They're obsessed with that goal of winning.
If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
I know what darkness looks like. I know what it feels like to be alone with no motivation, no drive, no passion. For the first 20-some years of my life, it was just darkness. But if you are able to get up every morning, have no passion, no drive, no motivation, no and still get up with that kind of fire, you will be successful in life. I guarantee you that.
Now is the best time to start.
Not tomorrow.
Not next week.
Not next month.
Not next year.
You have to stop this moment now. Now.
So get out there and
Chase your dreams.
I think when it comes to desiring a life, looking at, okay, what is it that I want? You need to be very, very careful about what the process is in order to get the outcome that you want. Because if you want the outcome, but you're not prepared to live the life needed to get it, you're just asking for disappointment.
Some of you just don't understand. Some of you have been average for so damn long, you don't know what it is to do hard work.
I have given every single thing, every ounce of my life to this craft, to perfecting my craft, and I continue to do so. And in the process, I have lost my mind.
If you even have this much savage in you, everything out there is for the taking. If you are willing to go out there and grind and work hard, you know, you got these people that don't want to go to work, they want to stay home, and these people that don't want to, stay home, man, and do your thing. Good luck to you. I wish you all the luck in the world. There's going to be a small group of hungry savages out there that are going to run every one of you over.
You're always afraid to take the first step because all you see is every negative thing 10 miles down the road. You can do anything you want. You are bound by nothing.
You know what? Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Well, guess what? That's why it's so easy to be great nowadays, because most motherfuckers are weak. When your mind knows it's not going to quit, your body will adapt to whatever is in front of it. So I hit you with this. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.
Whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just remind myself, this is where most people stop, and this is why they don't win. Hard feels shitty. This is what hard feels like, and this is why most people can't do it, but you can. Instead of spending time getting in the mood to work, just start working. People think they need perfect conditions to start, when in reality, starting is the perfect condition.
If you guys do not do that, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days.
Thing about the pursuit of goals being more important than the achievement of them as well, that Ryan Long told me this story where he says there's 3 men on a ladder, one at the bottom, one in the middle, and one at the top. Which one is best to be? He said the one that's still climbing.
If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
You know the truth. You know the darkness. You were there. You know this. There was no one there to go in there. It was you. We had nobody anyway, motherfucker. So see how I'm talking myself right now? That's me. That fires me the up. So those things that come out of me, that extract from me in the darkness.
If you stay in bed, if you stay on the couch, if you stay in your comfort zone, if you only do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, if you get up, if you grind, if you are relentless, if you work as hard as possible, when other people are slacking off, your life will be easy.
You're in that spot of obsession and drive where people are like, what the f is wrong with this guy? You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm so glad you don't, because I'm in the right spot.
Mediocre people don't like high achievers, and high achievers don't like mediocre people.
There's only one option. Stay hard.
I wasn't invited to parties or friendly gatherings on the weekend. So on Fridays and Saturdays, I would go in my rec room with my basketball and basically dribble myself to sleep. During those lonely hours in the rec room, I discovered the hunger, the motivation, and the desire to be the best possible basketball player that I could be. And, here I am today.
And if you are someone who's ambitious, and this is me just talking specifically to you, because there's only a few people who are watching this who really are, and you'll know that if it's you. You have to get used to being alone. I used to think that there was something wrong with me, when in reality, I just didn't understand what the nature of being exceptional meant. To be exceptional means that you are the exception. It means that you are not normal. And so it's normal for normal people to find you abnormal if you do things that are not normal. Don't let people who have mediocre goals deter you from taking actions that make you great, because it makes you different.
There's nobody around me. Nobody likes me, man. It is what it is. Sometimes in life, people are not going to be around you to motivate you. They're not going to be around you to push you, to celebrate you, to applaud you. You got to do it on your own. That's what I'm doing right now.
In life, if you want to win, you don't need to be the smartest. And a lot of times, you don't even need to be the best. You just need to be that f***ing guy that never gives up. And we all know that one person that no matter what you throw at them, no matter how many times you knock them down, they're going to get up and they're going to stand in glory and in honor and face their issues head on. That guy, that is the guy you need to be.
What makes one guy a champion, one person a champion, and the other one not?
It's drive. It's the will. There's certain people that grow up with a tremendous hunger, and it's usually kids that have struggled when they were kids. When you grow up comfortably, and in comfort and in peace and happiness and all those things, that will produce a very balanced person and a good person, but it will not create the will and the determination and the hunger that you need to be the best in the world.
Many people want to be exceptional, but they're afraid of being an exception. I think it's such a, it's wanting an outcome without the requirement that the outcome has. And so we can't do the same thing that everyone else approves of and then somehow get a different outcome that everyone else does.
I'm able to just extract dopamine, the good dopamine, whenever I want. Man, I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone. And while I'm still hard on myself, I know what I did. So whenever times get bad for me, people, all this, who's gonna carry the post and look, that's real. I hate that people know me for that guy, because that guy is not every day. Like when they see me, they want that energy. That's not me every day. I can extract it immediately when I need to, because when you train alone, and I lived alone for so many years in this misery, and you're able to get out by yourself, I can take myself to such a level of real passion and purpose. And like, the feeling I get is something I can't even explain by myself. I don't need anyone. That's why people come to me to motivate them. No one can motivate me.
How'd you become that guy?
You know what? I grew up not that guy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people put a title on me. They see me now as the guy that with his shirt off, who can do 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours, who can run 205 miles in 39 hours, who can do all this crazy shit. But what they don't understand is they don't understand the journey that it took me to get to this point. I had two options: to either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, and at 24 years old, knowing when I'm 50 years old, I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed.
If you fake bravery when you're terrified, that is bravery. And I kind of feel like motivation is the same thing. If you do the thing when you're feeling unmotivated, that is motivation.
That's it.
What's something difficult you're going through that people don't often see?
I mean, my mind is a storm, and I don't think most people would want to be me. They may think they would want to be me, but they don't know. They don't understand.
How are you doing?
In the grand scheme of things, I can't complain.
Do you get lonely?
Sometimes, but my kids and friends keep me company.
So not existential.
There are many nights I sleep alone. I don't have to, but I do.
I don't look at messages on Instagram. I don't send messages on Instagram. I don't go out. You would not like my life. I live alone, and sometimes I'm like, hello. Make sure my voice still works. I take away all distractions.
Staying motivated. And I have been finding myself more motivated even when I do not feel like doing something to do it. My brain does not get to choose. My brain can feel a certain way, but it's not going to choose how I behave. I'm going to have setbacks, I know. But if I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. That doesn't mean that I can't still take some action. Because nothing changes and nothing changes, man.
The Lonely chapter describes a time in which you're growing, you're changing as a person, and you're now so different that you can no longer resonate with your old set of friends, but you're not sufficiently developed that you've got the new set of friends that you're going to grow into. And this is the Lonely chapter. And the problem with it is that you're always, the desire to sort of regress back to where you were is always going to be there.
There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up, because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they're become something that you haven't.
Imagine you could have anything that you want, anything that you can hold in your mind on a continuing basis, you can have. Anything that you are crystal clear about wanting and are willing to pay the price to get, you can have. So clarity is the key. Be clear about what you want. Be clear about what you have to do to get it. Be clear about your vision. Be clear, speak, walk, talk, and act with clarity.
The most driven individuals, they live a life for many years and certain times without balance. Everybody strives for balance. You can't be the best at something and try to balance everything else around your life. There is going to be times where things are going to be.
They're telling you you're up and this is going to be hard, but for some reason, you put so much practice into you that you can ignore every one of them that are telling you you're not going to make it and still be able to make it, because you have put the practice in that you know this is the process. It's such a daunting task that all the voices are saying no. But you still had the conviction that I know I can do this. And that's what it took for me to get here.
Don't ever think or believe that you gotta smoke what they smoke, drink what they drink, wear what they wear, be a part of whatever it is they made you do. And guess what? If it's considered something negative to me, but yet you're doing it and it makes you happy, I want you to do what makes you happy.
You're going to realize it one day. That happiness was never about your job or your degree or being in a relationship. Happiness was never about following in the footsteps of all of those who came before you. It was never about being like the others. One day you're going to see it, That happiness was always about the discovery, the hope, the listening to your heart, and following it wherever it chose to go. One day you will understand that happiness was always about learning how to live with yourself, that your happiness was never in the hands of others.
Kobe Bryant was not interested in winning championships. He was obsessed.
There's times where you're gonna have to do it alone. There's not gonna be any team support. There's not gonna be any family support. There's not gonna be any friend support. There's gonna be times where you've got to go and do it yourself, and you gotta do it alone. And those are the times that make a difference. Those are the times that count. Those are the times where you have to dig deep yourself to get the job done. And if you can make that happen, you will win.
Live urgently. The most successful people are impatient. The most successful people have high expectations of themselves. The most successful people seem unrealistic and unreasonable in their expectations. And the most successful people are competitive.
When your mind knows it's not going to quit, and this is what I found out, this is my 40% rule. When your mind knows it's not going to quit, your body will adapt to whatever is in front of it. I ended up running 20 more miles. I did 101 miles in 19 hours and 6 minutes. And that one day changed, that 19 hours. It wasn't SEAL training, it wasn't Ranger School, it wasn't Delta Force, it wasn't any of that crap I went through. It was this 19 hours and 6 minutes that forever changed my life, to know that we as human beings are capable of anything.
If you have a belief and you can't explain why you believe it, it's not yours, it's someone else's.
What do successful people and unsuccessful people have in common? Here's what they have in common, okay? They both hate to do what it takes to be successful. Successful people just do it anyway.
Tomorrow, not someday. Right now, because the world doesn't wait. Opportunity doesn't knock twice. There's a voice in your head, quiet, relentless, whispering, "I'm not ready." Ignore it. That voice is a liar. The truth, you will fall. You will fail. But the fire you need isn't found in safety. It's forged in struggle, in the gut-wrenching, bone-breaking, soul-shaking moments when everything in you screams, "Quit!" And you answer, "Not today." You got one shot at this life, one chance to leave your mark. Now get the hell up, get moving, and don't stop until they know your name.
Good exercise, good music, good clothes, good food. These are the things I love. Competition. I love competition.
Talent? I don't believe in talent. Well, some people, they have talent. It's good. It helps when you have talent. As long as you have a lot of determination and willpower, that's all you need. And you have to have the will to win.
I want you to fail, and I want you to get up and do it again. The same thing in life is the same thing here. If you can do this, you can do anything. Anything. Right now, you're 5% away. 5% away from being a champion. Let's go.
You didn't get it. But listen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, because you don't need them. They're not going to give it to you. So what? You're going to take it. You're going to do whatever it takes. Do you hear me? You are not going to play by the rules. You're going to go your own way. You're going to do what they won't do. You're going to be smart. You are going to cut corners, and you are going to win.
You just eliminate all external distractions, that's what's going on, and just focus on the process itself and enjoying it every single day. Chopping wood, carrying water. Greatness is not meant for a few chosen people. It's meant for those who persistently pursue their dreams every day and make that choice when they wake up.
Challenge me. Doubt me. Disrespect me. Tell me I'm older. Tell me I'm slower. Tell me I can no longer fly. I don't want you to.
Consistency, man. That's the name of the game, bro. Don't get much simpler than that. If you keep going every single day and don't stop, your competition will fall off, bro. These niggas ain't cut like you, bro. They ain't ready for prime time. They ain't trying to really get right. They take days off, this day off, that day off. They lazy, I'm tired. No. Grind every day, one foot in front of the other, bro. And I promise you, I'm gonna be lapping these folks, bro. Give it a year. Watch what happens.
You ever feel like nothing good was ever gonna happen to you?
Yeah, and nothing did. So what? I'm alive. I'm surviving.
That's it. I don't want to just survive. says in these movie writing books that every character has an arc. You understand? Like everybody starts out somewheres and they do something gets done to them, changes their life. That's called their arc. Where's my arc?
Close your eyes. Now, one of the things I recommend to young people, especially true for people in their 20s, is that you should push yourself beyond your limits of tolerance in your 20s to find out where it is. How much can you work? How disciplined can you become? Like, can you work 12 hours a day? Can you work 8 hours a day? Can you work 3 hours a day? Like, flat out. Where's your limit?
Rewriting your goal each morning, reviewing them in the evening, and asking yourself those two questions. What did I do right? What did I do that moved me toward my goals today? And what would I do differently if I had the day to live over? If you'll ask yourself those two questions, in the next 30 days, you'll accomplish more than you accomplished in the last 6 months. This is the most incredible method I've ever seen. I learned it some years ago. Just rewrite your goals every morning.
You want my advice? Make a list of everything you want now, and then plan on spending the next 25 years of your life getting it, slowly, piece by piece. You're smart, you're talented, you know a few things, but talent means nothing in this game if you don't make the right choices. There's plenty of talented people out there who never see the light of day anymore. Last thing, takes discipline. Because this whole game is one big long shot. And if you don't have the discipline to stay away from the flyers or from the gambles or whatever else you want to call a stupid move, then my friend, I'm afraid to say one day you will go down. It's inevitable.
The hardest thing to do is start. You have all these ideas and everyone has an idea, but it's really about executing the idea. That is the biggest challenge.
You got to get through it. You got to get through bad feelings. You got to get through failure. It's very important. And you get through it by just picking yourself back up and moving forward and going.
There's two ways to see the world. Some people see the thing that they want, and some people see the thing that prevents them from getting the thing that they want.
It's funny you say write a book. One thing I'll leave with this before I get into that is if right now, whoever's listening to this, if you wrote a book right now about your life and you gave it to someone, would it change their life for the better? If not, you gotta get to work.
Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed?
Everyone says discipline is so important, but they never want to tell you why. I'll tell you why. It's the strongest form of self-love. It's ignoring something you want right now for something better later on. Discipline reveals the commitment you have to your dreams, especially on the days that you don't want to. The future you is depending on the current you to keep the promises that you made to yourself yesterday.
Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed?
Everyone says discipline is so important.
Tomorrow, not someday. Right now, because the world doesn't wait. Opportunity doesn't knock twice. There's a voice in your head, quiet, relentless, whispering.
I'm not ready.
Ignore it. That voice is a liar. The truth, you will fall. You will fail. But the fire you need isn't found in safety. It's forged in struggle. In the gut-wrenching, bone-breaking, soul-shaking moments when everything in you screams, quit! And you answer, not today.
Rewriting your goal each morning, reviewing them in the evening, and asking yourself those two questions. What did I do right? What did I do that moved me toward my goals today? And what would I do differently if I had the day to live over? If you'll ask yourself those two questions, in the next 30 days, you'll accomplish more than you accomplished in the last 6 months. This is the most incredible method I've ever seen. I learned it some years ago. Just rewrite your goals every morning.
You got one shot at this life. One chance to leave your mark. Now get the hell up, get moving, and don't stop until they know your name.
If you do not have clear goals for your life, you are condemned forever to work for those who do. You see, in life, it's very simple. Either you are working toward the accomplishment of your goals, or you're working toward the accomplishment of other people's goals.
So to everyone out there whose dreams are scaring you, whose dreams make you want to quit, just don't quit. It's good. Your dreams should be big. They should be scary. Just keep pushing through. I have this thing I say, champion mentality. It's not about winning. It's not about a trophy. It's about having no quit. It's about giving everything you have so that when you show up on game day, before the results are over, you're proud of yourself and you know the work you put in. And that's all I can feel right now.
Nobody sees the 16 years of living on the road, living at an average of less than $5,000 a year. What they see is the person up there on the stage. But every single great success was at one time a failure. And they failed and failed and failed and failed over and over again. And all great successes are a story of failure, 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 failure.
What do you think most people get wrong about motivation?
They think it's a permanent fix. They think I need to have this motivation to work out, to study, to be better. If you have motivation, that's great. That's some kindling to the fire. All it takes is a little bit of spark, you can burn a whole forest up. But motivation, you have to learn to exist without it. You have to learn to be, you have to be your best self when you're least motivated. You have to have these different things in your mind on where you want to go and know that motivation is not going to get me there, because I'm not going to always be motivated.
It is a list of things that are not doing the thing. Preparing to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Scheduling time to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Making a to-do list for the thing isn't doing the thing. Telling people you're going to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Messaging friends who may or may not be doing the thing isn't doing the thing. Writing a banger tweet about how you're going to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Hating on other people who have done the thing isn't doing the thing. Hating on the obstacles in the way of you doing the thing isn't doing the thing. Fantasizing about all of the adoration you'll receive once you do the thing isn't doing the thing. Reading about how to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Reading about how other people did the thing isn't doing the thing. Reading this essay isn't doing the thing. The only thing that is doing the thing is doing the thing.
Now, one of the things I recommend to young people, especially true for people in their 20s, is that you should push yourself beyond your limits of tolerance in your 20s to find out where it is. How much can you work? How disciplined can you become? Like, can you work 12 hours a day? Can you work 8 hours a day? Can you work 3 hours a day? Like, flat out. Where's your limit?
You don't feel like getting your workout in, but you do it anyway. You don't feel like drinking your 30 ounces of water, but you do it anyway. You don't feel like reading that book, but you do it anyway. You don't feel like making that sales call, but you do it anyway. You don't feel like eating clean, but you do it anyway, because that is what greatness demands of us.
Well, you should be afraid of taking risks and pursuing something meaningful. But you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable. It's like the first thing you want to do is dispense with the idea that you get to have any permanent security outside of your ability to contend and adapt. It's the same issue with children. It's like you're paying a price by sitting there being miserable. And you might say, well, the devil I know is better than the one I don't. It's like, don't be so sure of that. The clock is ticking. And if you're miserable now and you change nothing, in 5 years, you'll be much more miserable and you'll be a lot older.
My lungs are burning. Maybe I can just slow down here. I'll do like an extra 2 sets tomorrow. You know, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Right? That sort of stuff.
Yes.
Like that stuff's dangerous.
Yes.
And that's when you just got to say, you know what? I'm not negotiating with myself.
Yeah.
The deal was already made. The deal was made. When I set out at the beginning of the summer and said, this is the training plan I'm doing, I signed that contract with myself. I'm doing it. You know, throughout that process, you'll start talking to yourself like, man, I think I need to, maybe if we, nope.
Only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just the chance to try again.
You're not grinding hard enough. If you're worried about something that someone did to you years ago, you're being to yourself, man. You're not getting out there and squeezing that soul out every day.
Yeah.
If you grind hard, man, I got time to worry about your monkey. I ain't got time to worry about you, man. Because tomorrow, I got to go back to the grind. And tomorrow, I go back to the grind again and again and again and again. I don't have time to put you into the hate bank. There's no hate. It's all filtered out, man, through the grind. People don't get it. There's great joy in the grind. Great joy in the suffer. It totally cleanses your body out, man, of any kind of hate. Makes you grow up.
The hardest battle you'll ever fight is the one with the man in the mirror. He knows your weaknesses, your doubts, every excuse you've ever made. But here's the truth. That man isn't your enemy. He's your greatest project. Every decision you make today is shaping him. Every rep, every risk, every sacrifice. It's for him. So ask yourself, when you look in the mirror tomorrow, will you see a man who gave it his all, or a man who let excuses win? The choice is yours. Make him proud.
Knock me down 19 times, I'ma get up 20. Tell me I can't do something, I'ma make it my mission to show you I can. I'ma fail, but I won't quit. I'ma lose, but eventually I will win. I'm insane when it comes to becoming the best version of myself.
Well, unchosen suffering is going to happen, right? So the only thing that you can do is have some chosen suffering to prepare for it.
How did you get your mindset into this alter ego to be comfortable being Black Mamba? Like, how did that happen?
It's a good separation for me, you know, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where at practice or when I'm training or during games, I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else.
right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus Decimus Meridius in Gladiator picking up the dirt, smelling the dirt. It's go time, right? So that was my mental switch. It was like an actor getting ready for a film. You got to put yourself in that cage. When you're in that cage, you are that character. And then when you leave there, it's something completely different. But when I'm in that cage, bro, don't touch me, don't talk to me,